What's up, everybody? Friday live. Got to stay consistent, right? Which is something that I kind of want to talk about. Not being consistent, but I want to talk about something that really hit home that I listened to the other day, and it's about mediocrity and the power of mediocrity that it can have over you by really two ways: pushing you towards being the best person that you can be, but also pushing you towards being mediocre, because it's so much easier to be mediocre in life when you know that you're capable of so much more. It's something that I'm very passionate about. It's actually something that I've decided come 2026. There will be definitely a book. I've been wanting to write a book for so long, and I haven't really figured out exactly what I wanted to write, what I want the book to be about. And I think definitely one of those things that I want to talk about is just the power of the human being and what we are capable of. However, there are definitely forces in our life that come about that make it very difficult to stay at that level of pursuing things, being the best possible version of yourself, because it requires a lot of hard work. It's very simple for you to just sleep in the morning and not go to the gym. It's very simple to just take that break and give yourself grace. Although I do believe that we should give ourselves grace, there's still so much that we are capable of if we just go above and beyond what we think or what we want to sometimes. And that's sort of what I want to talk about today. Definitely mediocrity is the word of the live. I'm only live on Facebook and YouTube because I'm on my phone today. I am on the road. I'm going to a Myron Golden event here. I'm right outside. But I still wanted to stay consistent and go live because I was on vacation last week. I'll post this video on Instagram later. But my name is Vince Perry. I am your serial entrepreneur, man. I mean, that's probably the word I'm going to start using more and more. Public adjuster for 16 years, still a public adjuster, not really working as many claims as I was before, and really going all in on launching this new business of exit advising and business brokering. Basically call it an M&A advisor, and I really want to help entrepreneurs scale their businesses properly. And I want to do that because, quite frankly, this is going to be hard to admit, but I've never myself, one of my companies, I haven't sold one of my own companies before. I have scaled two companies fairly large, and that's the experience that I have. However, different things come about in the entrepreneurial journey and in the scaling of a business that really don't allow you to take it to that second level and make things very difficult. And I want to help entrepreneurs break through that limiting that limit that they may be hitting in their able to. If a business owner, especially want to try something new, definitely that is a big thing in my generation. Millennials, Gen X, and the Gen Z, I think it is. It's definitely pretty common in regards to getting bored with what they're doing, wanting to do something else, and then just letting the business disintegrate and going into something else. I'm a testament to that, and I do think that there's exits that can happen for those business that could provide that entrepreneur and that business owner with some significant income and a significant amount of money from the investment that they've put into their business for so long. But back to the topic is there's three things that I think in regards to mediocrity that could really affect your performance on a day-to-day basis. Number one is accepting mediocrity. Accepting mediocrity in your life is the easiest thing to do. It's so simple because not being mediocre and going above and beyond what you're actually capable of takes so much hard work. It takes stress, anxiety. It takes pushing yourself to a limit that you either don't think that you're capable of, or it just takes too much freaking work to actually get there. And everything that I always tell you guys, it all comes from experience. I've experienced both. I've experienced going above and beyond and doing everything I can to be great. And I've experienced just those days and those times and those weeks where you're just not up for it and you just don't want to do it. And those are the times that you give yourself grace. But I think the biggest thing that you can tell yourself in accepting mediocrity is if you feel yourself accepting mediocrity is not to stay in that space for too long. If it's an hour or two, or if it's a day or two, or whatever it is, or if it's even a week, you need to make sure that you get out of it and you get out of it quick. You cannot accept mediocrity for too long, because if you do, it's going to come back to haunt you, and you're going to be really, really regretful. I think one of the things that I think about all the time since I ever started reading books and educating myself is to live a life live a life fully well lived, so that when you are on your deathbed and you're thinking about the life that you lived, that there are no regrets, that you ultimately went 110% for the full length of your life. Whether or not there's some down times or not, that's going to be totally normal. We're freaking human. My goal has always been that when I die, or when I'm on my deathbed, if I die a death where I could actually recollect everything and sit back and take a look at exactly how my life went, I want to know, and I want to be totally convinced that I did everything, that I basically put everything into everything that I pursued, no matter what. And that is several things. That's your work life, that's your business, that's your relationships, that's your quality time with your children, that's living experiences and traveling and doing all kinds of stuff. You got to make sure that you don't allow yourself to be held back by anything whatsoever. The only thing that could hold you back is yourself, which is the reason for this mediocrity live that I'm doing now. And any chance that you get to go experience life, go do it. Go do it. It's so important to make sure that you just get after it, and don't live a life that's mediocre, and don't grow a business that's mediocre, and don't have a body that's mediocre, and a health that's mediocre. So accepting mediocrity is number one. It's very common, and we fall into these lulls. And I think the reason why I'm posting this video is because for the last week I've been in a lull myself after the week-long cruise vacation I had with my family. It just kind of exhausted me a little bit, and it's taken me a few days here to really get back going. But through education, through reading books and listening to the proper things, I'm starting to get my mojo back in a way. But I wanted to talk about how it happens to all of us, is just falling into that mediocre trap, and you have to be careful that you do not stay in that trap for too long, because it doesn't do any good for you. You have to be uncomfortable. You have to create problems in your life. There's going to be problems. If you're not creating problems, if you're not running straight into being uncomfortable, then you're not really doing much at all. Number two is surrounding yourself with mediocre people. That's a big one. Mediocre people around you that allow you to sleep in, that allow you to be average, that allow you to not go above and beyond what you're capable of, that don't make you feel uncomfortable, that just make you feel nice and comfortable. Surrounding yourself with mediocre people like that is going to make it much, much more difficult for you to go and be above and beyond and actually pursue a life that you are actually capable of. So number two is surrounding yourself with mediocre people. Make sure that you surround yourself with people that challenge you. Make sure you surround yourself with people that are better than you, or that are at a point in life that you want to get to, or are always challenging themselves, or are above mediocrity and doing all kinds of amazing things. Surround yourself with people like that. If you find yourself surrounded by people where you are at the point that they may want to get to, where you are doing all the things that they want to do, that's okay for a little bit. And those could be some of your closest friends and your family members. And you can do what you can to help them. But I will tell you, you will not help them through words and lectures and conversations. The only way you're going to help them is really just keep doing what you're doing. And I always say that the best way to inspire somebody is through actually doing those things. But if you're going to still be surrounded by those people, make sure that you also make an effort to surround yourself with people that you are now that person that you're just like, wait, what am I doing? I'm not doing enough. This person is there. And it's something that I strive to do. And sometimes it costs me a lot of money to be surrounded, in particular in coaching groups, with particular coaches, mentors, who have already done all the things that you're trying to pursue. And it's something that I am doing now. I was with Dan Martell for a year. Now I'm in Myron Golden's group, and these are people who are really just at that level that I want to get to. And you got to keep surrounding yourself with people like that. The last thing is sort of similar to the mediocre people, but it's tolerating mediocrity in others. I'm going to focus this really on your team, your people that you work with. If you are an entrepreneur listening to this, your employees. You cannot tolerate mediocrity. cannot. And you need to call people out when you notice that mediocrity is existing in the people on your team, because they're gonna keep you limited to the accomplishments that you ultimately want to accomplish. So do not tolerate mediocrity in others. That is a big no-no if you do so. So that's what I got. 3 things of mediocrity. The word just popped out in something that I was listening to, and it just hit me pretty hard right now. And I thought that I would share it on my live today. So number 1 is accepting mediocrity within yourself. Number 2 is tolerating mediocrity in others. And number 3 is surrounding yourself with mediocre people. Those are 3 things that will be the death of your success and the death of your ability to live the life that you are capable of as a human being. You do not want to be on your deathbed and say, man, I could have done more. That's a fear that I have, which is the reason why just get after it every single day, no matter what, all day, every day. All right, that's what I got. Let's do this. Don't be mediocre. Be a human, which is capable of incredible things. All right, usually go 30 minutes, but again, this is here, and I'll have to go into an event that I'm already late for, just because I really want to get this live out of the way and maybe impact some people. All right, guys, let's go. Get after it. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your time with your loved ones, and get yourself up and ready for the next week to come. All right, guys, see you later.